You may have noticed that updates have sort of slowed a bit recently on the channel. I am very busy. I now work full time. I have a job. I'm gainfully employed, and I've been working on a long-term project. In my house currently, I don't have the space to build my ideal Tudor wardrobe. I barely have enough space for the stuff that I have, and adding extra on top of that, including the storage needed for a full 1530s Henrician style gown, is it's a bit of a no-go. So I wanted to use my patterns and my know-how on a smaller scale project. During lockdown, I made this sort of pseudo 18th century doll. She's got a sort of a little bit like a robe d'anglaise. She's fully corseted too, and she's got a bum roll. This I just made off my own back. She's not using any patterns other than the pattern for the body, and she's not, you know, the most accurate, but it was a fun little project. It kept me busy for about a week. Hello. A fun little project for about a week, 2 weeks, sort of distracted, ate up some time. I glued my fingers together. I got very angry with it, you know, usual stuff. So I thought to practice the skills that I need to make the full-size Henrician gown by making a little Tudor fashion doll. The way that fashions were often spread in the early modern period was that people would make up fashion dolls with outfits, fully handmade outfits, the scale of the doll just to be scaled up to, I suppose, human size, and they would be sent out, and you get to see what, you know, the ladies in Paris are wearing these days. They might be handed to children to play with, and they were the quick way of getting fashion out, sort of a very early scale version of the couturier show where they have the models walk, which led into runway walking. So let's make a Henrician fashion doll. First things first, we've got to make the body, and you may have guessed that I already made the body in advance. And this is sort of the culmination of the project. Did it go well? Let's find out. The first step is to lay out and begin cutting all your pattern pieces. For this one I had to increase the seam allowance. The pattern didn't really come with one, and I knew that it would end up being too small and non-functional unless I added it. I made sure to carefully go around all the darts, include lines for the legs, and note down where all the pieces join together for ease of construction. This is me struggling with my brand new sewing machine. The cat broke my last one. This was my first time rolling out my brand new red beast, and it was very finicky and did not enjoy the project. So this is where Tudor Lady has got to. Arms, legs, head, body. She just needs a little bit of stuffing, and I can start constructing her body. Once you've stuffed all the limbs accordingly and the head to make sure that they're firm, they keep their shape, and they're not going to get jostled or knocked out of place when you're moving them about, it's time to sew up the arms and legs, leaving the head for the next step. A simple slip stitch should be able to do this neatly and cleanly, and as you can see, I'm a very bad hand sewer, but it managed to turn out moderately okay. The process of making the head and neck is a little bit more involved. You'll need a 10 centimetre rectangle of cloth, something hard and stiff, sort of like a Q-tip, and then you'll need to glue it all together into a roll. And you'll have to do this very quickly. I didn't quite do it quickly enough, and you can see that my fabric was starting to stick to the tabletop. Once you've done that, you need to insert that into the unfilled neck hole of the head and push that right all the way down. Once you've done that, you'll need to attach your limbs to the arm and leg spaces. Do them at either side, sort of left and right. Don't do it all the way across, so that they can move and kick and be positioned. Insert the neck into the body, and then sew that neck to that head, which is the fiddliest part of the whole operation and my least favourite part. Once you've created your layers of tissue paper and wool, sew them together to begin the start of the hair, which is a horrible, horrible job. Pin the seam onto the scalp directly.
How beeth thy weather at the moment? Be thou art well in thyself? Be thy husband well in hisself? Oh, did thine see the floods last night? The water came to at least, 5 potatoes high. I just called to
The most important part is to be assisted by your cat.
Hello, Robin. No. No, hairdressing is not for cats. It is not.
Once that's been done, you need to sew over the seam in the wig to create a scalp line for your doll. The pattern recommended gluing on, but I thought that a stitch would add to the realism of making a 16th century doll and be a more effective way of securing the hair in place over time, because glue, well, I've glued my hand together before and I wasn't willing to undergo that procedure again.
Here she is with her little, can we call it a lace front? It's sewn on, it's got a hairline. It's a little lace front wig. What I'm gonna do is I've trimmed it and it's relatively even. It's as even as I can get. You can see Robin in the back of shot. I'm gonna do her hair ties, Tudor style, and plait it because I'm gonna make her a little hood. But here is our little body. She's looking great. Now the website I got the pattern from said to make sort of a second skin so you don't have to see the joints and things, but I quite like seeing the joints, seeing how things go together. Hopefully she will have a realistic feel. She will feel suitably sort of pseudo 16th century, but I'm quite proud of it. I guess I had to come up with like a suitably Tudor name for her. Comments down below. Liketh, shareth and subscribeth. What should mine doll be named? She be but about 10 potatoes high. and the good Lord have sent her, and she will be a boon to our village. I have no idea what I was doing there, but next step will be making her a little kirtle, which I think I've done, but I've put. The next step will be making her a little kirtle and some petticoats, and I will see you. Just stroking her hair, it's so soft. See you when I get there on the flip side.